Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we are going to be working with some wood blanks and clay. I love mixing up my medias. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab 3 different kinds of green clay, or 3 different colors, I should say. And I just want to kind of mush this one down. These are all like little scraps that I have laying around. And I'm just going to kind of add these colors together. So there is no certain way of doing this. Just kind of add them together and have a little fun with it, okay? And let's just do this one a little skinnier. So you can see how messy this is and how I'm just kind of laying them out together. All right, so now my next step is I am going to run this through my pasta machine. And I actually had somebody ask me if I could show them how I do this. So the first thing I want to do is just flatten these out. Make sure they're nice and flat. And this is very simple, so I'm going to take you over to my pasta machine. Okay, so here's my pasta machine. And it's already on. I use a foot pedal. And then I'm just going to take my clay. And I am actually going to start it on my number 5 here. And then I'm just going to fold it over. And I'm going to continue doing that. So now you can see it's starting to blend together. I am going to start bringing it up 1 because I want to add a number 4. And then refold it. Don't worry about if it matches up perfect. It'll all work out. And I'm sticking my hand here because I don't want it to spread out. Otherwise it gets too skinny. All right, so that is right here. This section is exactly what I want. So I'm not going to worry about this. This is the only section here I am going to be using. So let me put you back over. All right, so here you can see better with the light. And I love how those 2 areas right there blend it. I'm going to take my saran wrap, and then I'm just going to cut out 2 of my leaves. Actually, can I do more? Let me see. All right, so I can get 4. If your clay gets stuck like that, just take your X-Acto knife, because this is a pretty shoddy cutter. I don't remember where I got it, but it's not a very good one. This is probably one of the very first ones that I ever got when I first started out with my clay. And it's not very sharp. I'm just going to take my tool, and then I'm just going to smooth out the inside there. You want to make sure the inside of your leaves are nice and smooth, because you're not going to be able to sand that area. And that's pretty good. All right. And this way, so we have a nice smooth area on both sides. I am actually just going to, oh, can I not do that? Oh, that's not going to match up nice, huh? That stinks. I was really hoping I could match that up. Wonder if that would work. That would look funny, huh? All right, well, scratch that idea. Let me think, how can I do this? All right, so I guess we're just going to use one. Unfortunately, they're not going to line up properly, so I'm not going to be able to stick with the original idea of putting them back to back. I always like trying new things when it comes to my wood earrings. And I don't always try them out first. I just kind of go with the flow. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I just want to get my areas nice and smooth. All right. I also have this little cane here. So this is a parrot. And if you don't have cane, it's okay. You don't need to use cane. I just have this. I want to use it up. So I am just going to slice a small piece off. This cane is so old, I can't even believe that it's standing up to me cutting it, to be quite honest. I'm going to find a good, nice, smooth piece. It seems like and you see how old that is? But my trick to that is, let's just get rid of all this extra white because we don't need that. It's translucent clay and it's not necessary. Now, I just want to put my little parrot down on here. And I actually think I'm going to get rid of a little bit more. That one's falling apart. Let's start over. Let's get this section here. I think this cane has to be like 4 years old, to be honest. It's like really kind of worn. And now I want to make sure my other one's facing the other direction, so I'm going to turn it over. And let's match that up. Okay. So now we have our little parrots on our leaves. Next, I just want to put 2 little holes in the top here because these are going to be hanging from the middle. So now I'm going to put these in my oven. This is all Primo clay, so it's going to be 275 for a half hour. And while these are in the oven, we'll start working on the wood blanks. The first thing I want to do is show you my napkins. This is what inspired me to do my leaves and the parrots. I just saw these napkins and I thought they were so cute. They really reminded me of like vacation time. And vacation time's coming up, so what a better way than to do earrings. So now I'm just kind of going to lay these and see where exactly I want to cut my pieces out. The first thing you want to do with napkins is always take off the second layer. There's always 2 layers, sometimes 3. Is there not 2 layers here? I think this is only 1 layer. That is so funny. I have never seen napkins like that. Okay, so we only have 1 layer on this one. And it's funny, it's like a ripple on the back. So you would think that you would have 2 pieces, but it isn't. It's 1 piece. But all right. each side I want to have like a matching background. So each earring, I should say. So each earring I want to match. So whatever I do, I need to make sure that I'm doing it for both of them. So if I choose this really pink flower, I need to make sure that I'm choosing a pink flower over here. I just want them to match up. I would love to get part of this parrot. I'm going to try to get some of it, but I don't know how much of it I'll be able to get. So I am going to cut part of him off here. And then see if I could get him. I don't know if it's worth trying to get him on there. Because are you going to be able to tell that's a parrot? I guess. All right, so those two are faced in opposite directions. That's what I'm going to use right there. All right, that's my best bet. All right, so first thing I want to do, see if this is going to show through, how much. I think we will be safe that we may not have to paint this. Let's get our Mod Podge. I'm just going to use the matte. And I have my brush here. And then I'm going to go right over my piece. I want to make sure my top of my hole is at the top. This way I'm not making any mistakes here. And then let's see. I'm going to go over it again. And the middle is going to get cut out, so don't worry about the middle. But I want to make sure that my napkin itself is smooth, that it doesn't get all crinkled up and funny looking. Because it naturally, when it gets wet, wants to crinkle up. I really love this whole tropical feel here. All right, so let that dry. Do the same exact thing. I do put my Mod Podge on pretty thick when I'm doing the paper. I don't know if it really makes a difference, to be quite honest, but to me, I just feel like the more the better. But if you know less is better for you, then, you know, I say go for it. But I just always like making sure that my pieces are saturated. That way when they dry, I know they're going to be really good and on there. And I'm just going to pull this over because I can see it's buckling up right there. Normally I trim up all these pieces, but I really wanted to make sure that I was getting that bird perfect. And sometimes when I trim, I don't always get my areas correct. So I'm just kind of pushing my napkin down onto the side. That way I know it's not going to lift up on me. And hopefully once the Mod Podge is nice and hard, we could trim it up real nice. And when I'm done with this, I am going to do the same thing on the back side. So once your piece is dry, do the backs as well. Okay, so let that completely dry. All right, guys, so my pieces are completely dry now. So I'm going to take off my other side. I already removed one of them, as you can see. So basically all I'm going to do is just trim up as close as I can to the edges. So very simple. The back side, I'm just going to do the green leaves. I figured since we're not going to see too much of the back side, these are not going to be, you know, reversible, just have a nice back, that we didn't need to have our parrot on that side. I actually like to cut facing this way. I feel like I get a closer cut. And then to do the middles, I just get my X-Acto knife and just trim up inside. And it cuts very easy. So that's what we have so far. My next step is to make sure my holes are poked through. I'm going to get on both sides here. And we are going to add another hole on the bottom. All right, so to add the hole on the bottom, I'm just going to get my electric drill bit, and I'm going to go right underneath the original hole, but I'm not going to go too close to the edge, but I want to make sure that it's straight under, and then just drill through. So very simple. Make sure I'm going right under it. Okay. So my next step is to get my chrome marker, and I'm going to do gold, and I want to make sure to get the inside as well as the outside. And this will just finish your piece off real nice. So very simple. All you do is just rub it right on, and then I am going to go around the edge. I love this look. It always makes me feel like it's just professionally done, and it also reminds me of the piece being encased in metal. So you see how pretty that looks? I mean, I just think that look is much prettier than just nothing. So I'm going to do the same thing on the outside. So once your pieces are dry, we're going to resin them. So I'm just going to use my J. Diction resin that I absolutely love. And then I'm just going to put my resin right around here. And this will make all the colors really pop and protect your tissue or napkin. So I'm just going to spread my resin. And I'm not going to put this on overly thick. I just want a thin layer on just to protect it and to make it real nice and shiny. If you don't like resin, you could use triple thick on this, which works fantastic. It just takes much longer for it to cure. I think if I remember right, it's like 24 hours that they recommend you to let it just sit there. And since I am doing a quick tutorial here, I'm just going to use my UV resin. I love these earrings. I think these are so perfect for vacation or anybody that wants that little tropical vibe. They're just so perfect for that. And truly, really, really easy to create. I love bringing these guys easy pieces to make. And I really think these are just fun earrings. I'll also put a link in where I got the napkins because I got quite a few different kinds, and I have a lot of really neat ideas for you guys to use with the napkins. And I just wanted to bring these up first since summer is right around the corner. And I love vacation time, and I love wearing just really unique earrings for vacation. So I thought these would be really fun. All right, so next step is to do your lighter. Go right across it. Oh, my light keeps going out. I think I need new bulbs. And then I am going to place these under my UV light for about 3 to 4 minutes. I don't know why it keeps doing that. All right. So here you can see some of the resin went through. I'm just going to pull that up. There we go. And then we'll just re-drill that little hole because obviously I went over it accidentally. Okay, once you know all your resin is to the edges, get your lighter again. Make sure no bubbles are there. You want to make sure you're popping all your bubbles by just going over it. And then put that under your UV light for 3 to 4 minutes. All right, so while those are under the light, here are our little leaves with our parrot. I absolutely love these. I think they are adorable. I am not going to resin these. And the reason I'm not going to is because I think the shininess and the little dullness of this is going to be a nice contrast to them. You can see some of it could use a little bit of shaving. So I am going to get my file. And I'm just going to shave it a little bit. I say shave it, file it. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying shave it. And you're not going to be able to get in there very well. It is flexible, but you run the risk of breaking your piece. So make sure before you put it in the oven, you are smoothing the inside out, like I said earlier. My little fish hooks. I always like to turn the little loop on the bottom so I don't have to add an extra jump ring. If you do not want to do that, just add an extra jump ring. All right, and look what we got so far. How beautiful are those? I think these are fabulous. These are going to be so perfect. All right, so now you saw that I ended up putting resin in that one hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-drill it. And I'm just going to go right over the same area. Push down. And then just go through it. Very, very easy. I love this drill. Got a nice clean circle there. So take your jump ring. Add it to the top. Did I drill it too much into that one? Or, yeah. Put your fish hook on. And close it. Now always make sure that the part that is going in your ear is facing the back of the earring so that it fits your, or goes on your ear properly. Then we will take our second jump ring. I like to open these up a little bit more. Going to put my piece on. And I gotta make sure this is gonna be long enough. If not, I need to add another jump ring, which it will not. So you see how short that is? So I'm gonna add 2 jump rings. Close that. Make sure it's straight. And then I need a tiny one. Okay, so since I am actually going to be adding different jump ring, I actually need a tiny one to go on here. So this way it actually lays straight still. So I'm going to add that small one. Close that all the way. So if we do not add this extra jump ring, then your piece is going to go like that. And we want it like that. So you need that extra jump ring. And there we go. Somebody did it. Okay, there we go. And look how adorable. That fits in there perfect. Is that not really cute? I absolutely love this. How perfect is this for the tropical? You don't have to add the parrot. You could just do the leaf. You could put like a little stone in there. There's so many things that you can do with this project. But I think this is just too adorable. Super happy with that. And there we go. We have our tropical earrings. I really hope that you guys did enjoy creating these pieces with me. I hope this gives you a different idea of how you can really incorporate your polymer clay with your wood and your resin and napkins and just really mix up all that, all those mediums and have fun with your art, have fun with your jewelry. And if you did enjoy this tutorial, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.